Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So in my YouTube live I did on Saturday, which by the way, if you guys are not watching my lives, you totally should join it. It's so much fun. It's just like really chilling, hanging out, doing makeup, and I answer all your guys' questions. So make sure you have your notification bell turn on, subscribe to my channel. It'll be the first link down below in the description box, and you can tune in to the live videos. I take like all your video requests, I write them down afterwards and make sure. And every video I'm going to be doing a Notification Squad fam shout out. So comment down below with your hashtag Notification Squad telling me that you put the bell on. And today's Notification Squad shout out goes to Crystal Fuentes. Thank you, Crystal, so much for having the notification bell turned on. I will put your message right here showing off your Notification Squad fam. So a highly requested video on my live was the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I was debating whether or not to get this, but you guys swayed me because you said you wanted to see a review on it. So I picked up the foundation, and I also got a sample of the primer. So if you guys are curious to find out my thoughts on this foundation, how it wears throughout the day, I have nothing on right now. I'm completely barefaced because I wanted it to be like a surprise or whatever. So if you guys are curious to find out how this foundation wears and what it looks like, all my thoughts and check-ins and stuff, then just keep on watching. I am going to show you guys right now. So I specifically did not watch anyone's review on this foundation because I wanted to form my own opinion, because I feel like sometimes when you watch other people's videos, you can kind of have your opinion swayed and it makes you think things like a certain eyeshadow palette we all know about. I'll have to buy, by the way, and test out. I think I'm gonna get that with my Ulta points. You guys know the one I'm talking about. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch anyone's videos. I want to just form my own opinion. I want to be completely unbiased. So that is what I did. So here is what the outer packaging looks like. You guys, I'm sure, have heard about this so much already, but Rihanna launched her own makeup line, and it is owned by the same brand, Kendo, that also does Marc Jacobs Beauty, and they also do Kat Von D. They do tons of other brands. They're a very, very reputable company within the industry. So I expected nothing less from the Fenty Beauty line. I know that the products are going to be very high quality, and Rihanna said she was working 2 years on this makeup launch, so she was probably busy perfecting everything. So here is the packaging so you guys can see. I will do a close-up so you guys can see a little bit better, but I love the bottle. It has this frosted glass, feels really nice and smooth, kind of matte, matches the soft matte theme of this foundation. This is supposed to be a soft matte finish. Very neutral looking, white cap. I really love the minimalistic look of this foundation. It kind of just definitely speaks to me. I really like it, so good job, Rihanna, on the packaging. I feel like I didn't even tell you guys the name of this foundation. It is called the Pro FILT'R Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. How did I forget to say that? You got 1.08 fluid ounces in here. For comparison, I just took out my YSL All Hours foundation. In here you get actually a lot less. You get 0.84 fluid ounces. So you get a bit more in the Fenty Beauty foundation. So Rihanna totally killed it with the shade range. She has 40 different shades of this foundation. Mine was actually out of stock in a lot of the deeper shades, and one of the shades that I wanted to get was actually out of stock. But I think it is so awesome that she was very inclusive, and the way that she just really tried her best to include as many skin tones as possible. I really think that is just so awesome. Her display in the store was gorgeous. I loved it. It was huge, and it was just really, really eye-catching. I got the shade 190, and Sephora describes this shade as light to medium skin with neutral undertones. I think this one should be fine. Just looking at it, it looks like it will be a pretty decent match. I do have some leftover self-tanner still going on, but it's very, very light. So this foundation retails for $34, which I actually think is a decent price for a higher end foundation. I was pretty impressed with the price point because usually high-end foundations retail for like $40, $50. So on the website it says it has medium coverage. It says it is for sensitive, normal, dry, combination skin types. And I was looking at the how to use section. It says the pigments need a moment to dry down to their truest color. So when you're testing shades, remember to let the formula dry completely to find your perfect match. And it says deciding between two shades, try the lighter shade. So to me, does that mean that it might oxidize? I'm gonna have to see about that. I also went ahead and got a sample of the primer because when you're on a budget, getting a sample is probably the best option. I recommend you guys do the same. I didn't feel like paying for the whole thing. I wanted to test it out first. The Pro FILT'R Instant Retouch Primer. This retails in the full size for $32. It says it is a shine stopping, pore diffusing primer that smooths the way for better foundation application and longer wear. An oil free primer. It's supposed to smooth pores, even skin tone and texture, absorb shine without feeling dry or chalky, and it means smoother foundation application. I think I want to put this on one side of my face, just for testing purposes. It's not really sticky or anything like that. I like this primer because it doesn't have that silicone-y feel to it. I like these types of primers better because they have more of like a lotion-y feel to them, so it feels like I'm already moisturizing my face. So my skin definitely looks a bit brighter. It looks smoother. I could still see my pores though, so the directions say to shake it well, so I'm going to do just that. So I think for the right side of my face with the primer on, I'm going to do my Flower Beauty Blending Sponge. Other side of my face, I'm going to use this Shop AOA High Def brush. This is the F4. It's kind of like a buffing brush, kind of similar to the e.l.f. one that I use. And I'm just going to dot it on. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the sponge. The foundation, I think, has the same scent as the primer. It's not like offensive or anything. I think this color match is good. Ooh. My pores look really nice and blurred right now. And my face looks smooth. Not completely matte, but it has a little tiny bit of a glow to it. Just a tiny bit. Not completely full coverage, but I really like the finish of it. I feel like this is a foundation I could wear every day. Blend. I feel like I got more coverage on this first layer with the brush than I did with the first layer on the sponge. But I feel like my forehead lines don't look accentuated. I actually feel like it smoothed them out really nicely. Usually they look really more pronounced after foundation, but with this one they look nice and smooth. And see if it's buildable with the brush. So let's put this on. Starts to look a little bit cakey in the pores when you use a brush on the second layer, because I see it's kind of settling into my pores and accentuating them a little bit on this side. I have to say the winning tool would have to be the sponge, because I feel like it just looks a little bit more natural, a little more skin-like. I don't think I'm going to set this foundation because I really want to see how my oils deal with it, and I feel pretty matte right now, so I'm going to leave it alone. The only thing I'm going to set is underneath my eyes. I'm going to go finish up the rest of my face, and I'm going to do my eyes and stuff, and then I will come back and chat with you guys. Makeup is done, and I want to show you everything I used. So on my eyes, I use a JACLYN Hill eyeshadow palette, and I used the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara. No falsies today because I have to like go out and do errands and like go get kitty litter and stuff. I'm wearing Kate Moss number 42, and then on top of that I'm wearing the most gorgeous lip gloss. It's the Huda Beauty Lip Strobe in Angelic. You guys, these are so pretty. Like, look at that shine. Where is it? Here it is. For blush, I'm wearing the Jordana Touch of Pink blush powder, and it's just a matte blush. I don't like to do any sort of shimmery blush when I'm doing a foundation test. And for bronzer, I'm using Bikini Contest by Wet n Wild, JCAT You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter in Bella Rose. This stuff is like really pigmented, so don't dip your brush in more than once because whoa. I'm wearing Anastasia Dip Brow in Soft Brown, and my under eye concealer is the only thing I set. I'm wearing Instant Age Rewind. This is in the lightest shade, and I just set that with the Coty Airspun powder. The liner I'm wearing is the Cat Eyeliner in Black Leather by Jordana. So makeup around 12:30. I think that's it, you guys. So I'm gonna go about my day. I'm going to hopefully wear this until like 8 o'clock. I'm going to edit the rest of this video, and then I'll add that part in at the end. So like the foundation, when I first put it on, didn't accentuate my texture. I feel like it looks like my skin, and it looks really natural. Doesn't feel cakey, doesn't feel heavy. Hopefully I don't get too oily throughout the day because I get really oily in my forehead and on my cheeks. The one thing I will say is that this side that has no primer and just the brush, it does look a little bit textured on this side. This side that I use the sponge on looks better, but here it looks a little bit cakey, and I feel like my pores are a bit accentuated. It wears throughout the rest of the day, and I will see you guys on my next check-in. I'm also going to insert a clip after this one so you guys can see on my vlog camera, like up close, what it looks like in natural daylight. Alright guys, first check-in. It is 4:30 now. I just left Trader Joe's, had to pick up a few things. It's been 4 hours since I've had the foundation on. I was just doing a close inspection in the mirror. I totally did change my shirt because I was sweating. Everything looks really good. I had one little crease on my forehead. That's it. Everywhere else looks pretty good. But boy did we oxidize. I don't know if you guys were able to pick it up on camera. It oxidized to like one, I would say, shade darker than I originally had put on. It is a beautiful finished foundation. I'm really happy with the way my skin looks. So the only place that I look like I'm gonna get a little oily, or I'm getting a little oily, is on my nose. You guys, a little bit later for my next check-in, and I have to wash my hair so bad, you guys. It is living on dry shampoo. Oh, I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, I'm back. I wanted to come back on because I was just looking over the footage. I imported it onto my computer for my last clip, and it looked really yellow, so I wanted to show you guys just in a more natural lighting. It's about like an hour later from the last clip, and maybe you can see a little bit better what it is looking like. So I'm gonna zoom in. So there's that little crease I was telling you guys about before. But you can see I'm really not oily. Is what it looks like. Still really happy with it. I still think my skin looks really glowy and healthy, and I'm a fan of this so far. So I will see you guys in my final check-in. Hi guys, so it is my final check-in. It is about 8:50 p.m. right now. So I've been wearing the Fenty Beauty foundation for about 8 hours, a little over 8 hours now. I really enjoy this foundation. The only place that I have really gotten oily is my nose and on my forehead, but my forehead just kind of looks like a healthy glow. It doesn't look like a gross oily, and my cheeks are not oily at all. Like, can you guys see? They still look really just nice and matte, and there's just a tiny bit of glow to my skin. My skin looks really healthy, and I totally am a fan of this foundation. I'm really happy that I tried it out. I think this foundation does work better with the primer it came with. I'm gonna try it with other primers, but I think it works well with the Fenty primer because this side of my face looks better for sure. This side that has no primer and the brush, and I did the 2 layers, it looks cakier, whereas the sponge side with the primer looks a lot smoother. Next time I use this, I'm definitely going to set my forehead, I'm going to set my nose, but I'm so happy with the way that my cheeks look. I feel like this is definitely a great foundation. I think this would be good probably for oily skin types, and maybe even for drier skin types, just because of the soft matte finish of the foundation. But I feel like really any skin type could probably use this. The finish of it is really beautiful and just healthy looking. So that is my final review. I really like the Fenty Beauty foundation. I'm definitely impressed. I'm really surprised. I like it a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this foundation review. Let me know if you did. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see more wear tests with different foundations. And thank you guys as always so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Love you guys!